Hey guys, welcome back to Snapping All In, your favorite podcast. I'm someone Hirgo, joined by my as always co-host Baby Mario. Say hi.
Woo! Hello, how are we doing? I am so pumped for this episode. You guys have no idea.
Yeah, we might have given you a hint last episode, but this Mario got his own segment. And he decided that the best spot to present his segment was apparently in under his bed.
Okay, hey, okay. I have an explanation that I don't want to give on the podcast that I've given to you. You didn't need to bring it up. You didn't need to bring it up. I gave you the explanation. You didn't need to bring it up, okay? This is not a bed.
I
This is a
mean,
bunk bed, okay? You know,
I mean,
as long as the audio and the image quality is fine, like there should be no
yeah,
complaints
but
from
you're
anybody.
still under a bed, right? Like, I mean,
Sure.
uh,
Okay. I'll turn off my camera then. I could do a
no,
cameraless.
no, 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 no. Everyone needs to see our beautiful images. They need to gawk and
They need
and
to
and
go up.
and, and have envy for our our
I mean,
visages.
this hair is beautiful. Like it's covering my head. I'm like, oh, look at this,
It
beautiful.
is,
You know?
and I didn't do anything with my hair actually today.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, but we're excited to get started with this episode. We're recording kind of late, so you guys so probably releases like a midnight again. Oh no, we gotta stop doing midnight
We
releases.
really do
We
have
have
to. We really
to.
do have to. For sure.
um, yeah, but we're very excited. And I think we should get started for
Oh, yes, we should. Okay.
slideshow man. You need to move
Oh,
slideshow.
I'm going to. Jeez. Um.
So first things first. Recap of the last week's cards or this week's cards. Warlock in danger. Um, they're fine. They're fine. They're good. They're
Okay.
okay. Warlock. I don't think we know exactly how good Warlock is because when he released, it was essentially Mobius Day, right? And
Yeah.
Mobius like kills this card, so it's a little bit iffy. The play rate, like right now, I saw last I checked on Untap was like 0.2%, so there's not any real data.
Yeah.
But I think the growing consensus is that he's kind of mid, which is unfortunate. But we don't know exactly his full extent. I guess we'll see
Hmm.
next week.
Yeah, for sure. I will just go ahead and say I called it. I called he'd be mid. I
Okay,
called he'd
okay.
be mid. Okay, I
No,
called that he'd be mid. So
we're not sure yet. The results aren't in. All right.
okay, I will give you that. The results aren't exactly in because it was like when Warlock released, it was inaugural Mobius week. Like if you're not running Mobius, you're asking to be beat by this card, and you don't want to do that. So I think we need to wait another week or so to give our actual like on the rock skill, like our actual opinions on this card. Um, But like he's a super cool card. Like I love his animations. I love his like I love everything about him. Like the spotlight they gave him is awesome and stuff. So like he's a cool card. He's great concept and stuff. The problem is like Mobius. Like if Mobius
Yeah, it
exists, it's
literally
like you die.
dies. There's also like a little bit of like issues, right? He triggers before She-Hulk gets
Mhm.
discounted, right? So it's possible that like She-Hulk eats up a bunch of your like uh
Yeah.
a bunch of the discounts that he gives, so it's all like wasted.
Hmm.
But like in general, like in those decks where you're playing like She-Hulk, Infinite, he's pretty good. He's like
Yeah.
really good when he goes when he goes off. It's just the problem is that first of all he's activated, so sometimes you draw him too late. You have to draw him
Hmm.
by turn 4 so that you
Hmm.
skip turn 5. So it's
Hmm.
like you can't even play him on 5, right? So he's kind of restricted as an activate card. And then there's the secondary issue that Mobius absolutely completely demolishes. This isn't like Mr. Negative where you can kind of counterplay with Rogue, right? Like you can wait a turn. Like if they Mobius you the turn you skipped, you're done. Like it's over.
You're dead.
It's,
Yeah.
it's super like the most dies to Mobius card ever.
Yeah.
And look, I still have a little bit of belief in him. I think he could be cracked. It's just that maybe the meta isn't right for him right now.
I don't share that opinion, but that's we're here to debate anyway, so that's fun. Okay, we both have our differing opinions on this card, and obviously we need to wait. I'd say another week or two to see how he's performing in the meta after Mobius week, because it was just Mobius everywhere. Like I was running Mobius. I know I'm running
It was
Mobius because I hate negative. I hate everything
it was
about negative,
pain. It was
and
torture.
it was torture for him. Yeah, yeah. But it was awesome. I love Mobius. Mobius is like one of my favorite cards in the game,
Oh.
so I'll take that. You know.
No, no, no. You gotta save that for your segment, bro. You
Yeah,
can't
that's
be
true.
spreading your Mobius propaganda right now.
It's fine, 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 fine. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's so funny because last week I was also the only person on the podcast that didn't like Mobius. Sorry, that loves Mobius. So it might just be me, you know?
Oh man.
Yes.
The second card that released, which happened during Deadpool's diner, was Danger. And Danger is also kind of mid. I'm willing to concede on this one. I think I was higher than other people with Danger, but yeah, it turned out that Danger is completely mid. I mean, like,
Mid.
look, maybe okay. We'll get to this in a second. Like, maybe when Jocasta releases, like, there's something more. But right
Mhm.
now, it's like, yeah,
Eh,
it's just Negasonic, but like
She exists is
worse.
what it is, you know? She
Negasonic, but
exists.
worse, isn't it? Yeah, like
Yeah, it's just but like also like even in the games where she can get value, it's just like it's just a specific requirement your opponent can play around like, okay, I'm losing 5 power in this lane or 5 or 4 power. I just add enough to make up the difference. Like, of course, it's a little inconvenient for your opponent, but like, it's not the best card in any way, shape, or form. It's not. It's really not. Unless it's like interrupting a key card in your opponent's stack, which it very likely isn't, because that key card is usually protected. Think Cerebra protected by what's it? By Goose or something like.
yeah.
That's it. So yeah,
I
not
do.
very
I
good.
mean, okay, but like I thought like I mean I don't know. This looks like a four. Like what's the theoretical max right now is 411. You know we have 411s um with what's it called?
A conditional
Galact
411. That
Galacta Gwenpool. Gunpool's a 411. I know. I 411s are pretty. 411s are pretty good. Like I mean, I don't know.
okay.
But I guess I was focusing too high on like the upside and not like at the like
Yep.
they see you play this card and they're like, okay, I guess I won't play anything that's less than 6 power in that lane.
Yep. That's the issue with the card, but yeah, I say I'll give you guys a rock scale rating on Danger. I think she's a 0 to a -1. I don't think she's insane. I don't think she's bad. She is C tier, leaning towards D tier. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
Um.
Warlock is to be decided. Still
Yeah.
to be
Warlock is
decided.
TV. It's TBD. We'll figure that one out next week. I'd say. Yes.
Yeah. Um. The next card, though, that we definitely wanted to talk about, the aforementioned cards. I think all season we've been like hinting at Jocasta, but we never actually like explained what Jocasta does until now. And I'm
Yeah.
assuming most people who are listening to this already know, but just for the people who don't, Jocasta is a 3/3 with the text activate. Immediately activate your other cards here without using up their activates ability. So this is activate Wong. This is
Hmm.
yeah, like they've been on the path of like creating like the doublers for every archetype,
Hmm.
and now we got the doubler for the activate, and it looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm pretty high in this. Like I mean, I Invisible Woman was crazy in in end of turn, and who's to say that this isn't gonna be crazy in the all new activate deck?
Okay. For Jocasta, I was like taking moments like while we were setting up earlier, while like right now. So I'm just trying to figure out why would you run this card? Like what activates want you to be running once to activate twice? Obviously there are activates like Kirby, like you can activate once and activate again for like different stuff. You get a double, you get the +2 energy and stuff. Kirby sounds okay, but like are you really gonna use a 3/3 to make it 2/3 good? Like is that what we're gonna do here? Like and the 2/3 isn't even gonna win you the game, like the extra 2 energy, like okay, yeah, it's awesome and stuff. Like all these different stuff you can do is awesome, but like you need to roll exactly, in a certain way for it to constant. It's just like I don't know if that for Herdy specifically is gonna be worth like of course invisible one. That's like the main attraction here. You get two invisible ones. Or up to like four with like what's his name, Prodigy. But at the
Yeah.
same time, that requires so much setup, so much like, of course, I think Invisible One Plus Recosta by itself is probably going to take the place of Prodigy because it's just less setup. Like you don't need to have an extra card, on the front row so Prodigy can copy. So I think Recosta will take Prodigy's place in that archetype. But like, if you I can't think of a way that this is high really like Wong, and Wong isn't even that good of a card right now because of so many different things that counter it. You know. So my opinion on the Roxy is that she is a zero. She is perfectly fine.
I mean, I don't know. Like maybe I'm taking too much into like the Invisible Woman comparison, but I feel like okay. I think it was data mined at like a 3-4, right?
I think so. Yeah,
And they
that was
brought
what
her
she was doing.
down to 3-3. Let me if I can check snaps. Uh,
Mhm.
Joe Costa snap zone. I mean, like here's the thing. I every time they do this sort of nerfs, like it's indicative that like maybe it was too good at 3-4. Like, and if it was too good, like I mean, it might still be pretty good at a 3-3. I I just think like it has so much potential. Like it's at a good stat. I mean, not a good stat line. It's like, but 3 cost isn't prohibitive or anything. The thing with Wong is that like it's really hard. Like you have to kind of play it, and it's like so obvious what you're gonna do, and you're never having priority once you play Wong. And it's like there's a lot of problems with Wong.
Mhm.
I mean, I feel like those problems aren't necessarily the same here. Um, it's a lot harder to stop activate cards. The next card that we'll see is specifically designed to stop activate cards. But like even then, it's not as like harsh as like Cosmo on Wong is, or like Echo on like ongoing lane, or like or Enchantress Rogue. Like I feel like I don't know. There's a lot of potential. I will agree with the fact that like I'm trying to think of like what an activate deck looks like, but I think it might just be like some sort of hand buff, right? Like you want to get a big Scarlet Spider, get two Scarlet Spiders. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think it has a
Yeah,
lot of potential, and
sure, but like I just can't picture a deck where this is like you would rather this over something else. Like maybe it's just an activate deck. Maybe I'm
well,
just not thinking it correctly.
But
You know?
but like I'm not thinking of like existing things. I'm thinking this creates like a whole new deck. Like how like
Oh,
end of
mhm,
turn wasn't really a deck before like Invisible Woman for Steps came out, right?
mhm.
That's what made the deck into a real deck.
Yeah, sure. But like at the same time, like there are no other activates right now that are good. Like of course, maybe in the future there are good
I
activates,
mean,
but
I don't
that's
know.
we are not living in the future. That's what I'm
Super
trying to say.
Adaptoid is a 2/2, right? Like I mean Herbie, and then you got Super Adaptoid, and it's like I don't
What's
know,
Super
like
Adaptoid?
not Super sorry. Awesome Andy. I don't know. Super Adaptoid is the next card. Awesome Andy. Awesome Andy got like buffed, right?
Oh,
Like
I'm not adding two anymore. I'm adding four in each lane. Ha ha! Suck it, everybody.
it's something. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. There's like there's. I think there's potential here. Like, and that's why I give it one rock. I think it's gonna be a good card.
I think it needs stuff to be good. I think that in the present we are living in right now, where there are not very good activates that work well with Jocasta that want to be activated twice, I think Jocasta is perfectly fine at a zero at this trend moment. Of course, that can go up to a one or a two, depending on what the activates are released and like what support she gets and stuff. But I think that where she's at right now, she's a zero. That's my opinion, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
I
the
think it's
next
fair.
slide. Super Adaptoid. Yes. So Super Adaptoid is a 3/5 on reveal. Steal the text from an enemy activate card here. Okay. Okay. And like, why would I run this? It's like
And
Ghost.
I love that like perfectly like expresses how we feel about this.
Like, why
I
would you
think it's
run
like
this? Yeah,
it's like when they turn Ghost into like
exactly.
into essentially this effect, but for end of turn, it's like, yeah, but I'm still not running Ghost, right? Like, and
Mhm.
you're never unless Activate becomes like the top like overwhelming deck, you're not running Super Adaptoid. There's not enough activates, I think.
Yep,
It's not like
100%.
Rogue. It's not like Rogue where like there's enough ongoings where you can kind of just run Rogue, like
Mhm.
especially if you like have a specific ongoing card that beats you. I don't think there's like I mean, unless you're facing like Move and like Sparky is like the bane of your existence. Like I don't think this is like this is worth anything, right?
Not
At
at
the
all.
very least, it's a 3-5, but like I
Yeah.
don't know. So as you can see, we've shown we're both giving it -1 rock, and we've expressed that with a negative rock right there.
Yes. We're very original, you know, like a negative rock. A negative rock, you know, it's awesome. We're so cool, right, guys? A lot of stuff going on right here, you know, moving too fast. But yeah, I think he's okay. Like I don't see like what are you gonna steal? Oh no, like I don't have a Sparky. Like it's just a 2-1. But like at the same like unless Move is like the best deck and everyone is running Sparky and everyone is running Aron, you're like, why? Like why would you be running this over anything else? Like there is nothing that you would there was like no other tech card that this would be replacing. I of course it has good stats, but like there's just not enough activates in the meta right now to be good, you know? Well, at least that's how I see it.
Yeah, yeah. It's like it's the sort of thing like maybe in the future if like once if they print like a bunch more activates, then you can say that maybe like B becomes a use. But I'm looking. There's only like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 24 activate cards. It's like
Yeah.
that's not a big pool. Like there's less than 24 actually. Now that I think about it, some of these are duplicates. I'm looking. There's
Yeah.
not that many activate cards, right? And like it's like unless there's one specific thing that like you lose to, like the best thing I could think of was Sparky, right? If like in the like if you're playing a deck that loses to like Move specifically, then maybe you have a use for Super Adaptoid in that like one specific matchup. The same way like I as a Mr. Negative player am running Rogue just to beat Mobius, right?
Yeah. 100%.
But
I
that's the
agree.
only reason. I will
Yeah.
say that the one thing I just thought of with Jocasta is like, what if it's Black Widow, right? You Black Widow, and then you Jocasta on top of it, so you can get two widows. You can deck them 2 draws. It's
If you
super.
if you do that, you are the worst person to ever exist. I will come find you. If you actually do this, if you're the person who's like, you know what I'm gonna do? Black Widow Jocasta, for lack of a better word, frick you, okay? For lack of a better word on this podcast, frick you. Okay?
We're a family friendly
I will
podcast.
find you.
How could you say such a thing,
Hey,
Mario?
hey, hey. I'm fine. I didn't say a bad word. I said nothing. I said nothing. You can't find you can't blame me. Yes.
Uh, that's
Yes.
funny. But
All
yeah,
right.
that's
Mm-hmm. And we're just like,
uh,
hey, we're just both on a -1 for him. It's just like,
yeah.
sure, I exist. It's kind of like Ghost. Yeah.
One more
Uh,
thing we also wanted to say, if you move on to the next slide, yes, I don't think we've seen anyone else talk about this, but yes, there's gonna be a new location. I presume that will release Jocasta Week,
hmm
and it's Kvitch. Guys, I don't know how to pronounce this. What? Why would they name something like this? Kvitch,
Kivich,
Kvitch.
Kivich.
What
I
kind
had
of
assumed it was
name
like
is it?
Kivich or something. I have no clue.
Kvitch? No, but there's no vowels there. You're not supposed to pronounce any vowels. It's Kvitch. So, anyways, in lore, as far as I've read, like I've skimmed like one Wikipedia article, like very one.
He's an
This is,
expert, guys. He's an expert.
as far as I can tell, this is Technology Planet, and they're representing that in game. Because we did, also this image is like it's just an image from one of the comics. I couldn't like they haven't released like the Marvel Snap location image for this yet.
I still don't
But
understand
anyways,
this.
all this does is add a random activate card here for each player, and
It's
it's
okay.
it's okay. It's like it's one of it's on par with like the location that gives you a random card and the location that gives you a 3 cost
hmm
card. It's like it's just one of those. I think it's
it
cooler
is
though.
okay.
I think it's a little bit cooler because it's a lot more targeted. There's the pool of activate cards that you could get is a lot smaller, and most activate cards are like decent. I don't like there aren't any truly bad activate. Like maybe I think Awesome Andy was like maybe like the worst one, but now uh if
Yeah.
I can I don't what's the worst activate card do you think?
Worst activate. Probably Black Widow. She's just not very good.
Black
You just
Black Widow, yeah, honestly, Black Widow. But I mean, maybe with Jocasta, it's like no, it's not Black Widow. It's Cobra. It's
oh
Cobra.
Cobra.
Cobra's
Duh.
the
Oh dude.
yeah.
I'm an idiot. It's Cobra. Why would it be anything else except Cobra? Yeah.
Yeah, but everything else is like fine, right? Like
Yeah. Like
no
you're
matter
fine
what
with
it gives
anything.
you, like you're never really sad.
No, not
Unless it's
really.
like, I mean, I guess Bullseye. Like, if you're not playing discard, like Bullseye's pretty bad. But whatever. This location's cool.
Imagine a second bullseye though. Oof, that'd be
Second
scary.
double. If you're playing discard, it's so good. So maybe you should be playing discard when this location comes out,
Or move with Aranya
or
and
move if
Sparky.
it gives you Sparky or Fanfare or like something.
Yeah,
There's a
100%.
bunch of move activate cards, so
There
that
are. There's
actually
like
could
three of
be the
them.
meta.
Yeah.
Although I'm realizing now why other podcasts don't do segments on locations because there's almost nothing to say.
Yeah, it
I
really
think we've
isn't.
hit it
Yeah.
home.
It's just a
But
location. Like,
a location that's realistic.
yeah.
But yeah, so this next segment will be we're gonna transition into our live
Mhm,
react to the OTA.
mhm,
So when the OTA came out yesterday, we did Mario and I did a live react to it as like it happened, as
mhm.
we saw it, as we were reading. Like we reacted to every single change as we saw them. Like we didn't even read
Yep.
the whole thing first. So I we did this 2 episodes ago, and I hope you guys enjoyed this time. I think we did a little bit of a better job, maybe. I don't know, it's the
Hopefully.
same thing. Hopefully.
Yeah.
But I hope you guys enjoy this, and we'll be right back.
We'll be right back, guys.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Let's. Where were we? Where were we? Where were we?
We were live reacting to the
I
OTA. Yeah.
we were live reacting when we had some technical issues, guys, and now we're live reacting on a different platform.
Yeah.
Discord failed us.
Discord failed us.
Discord.
Yes. So I hope you guys can see my mouse because I actually want to use my mouse this summer. I think that'd be really
Yes,
helpful.
I see your mouse.
Perfect.
I can
That's
see it.
exactly
So
what
I
happened.
think.
Okay. So balance update September 25, 2025. I'll go ahead and read the like their little pros right here, and then we can talk about these just in general, and then we can move on from there. Okay. So hey folks, we find our brain go back control from the Roblox, but as it turns out, we like some of their ideas. While most of the tech experiment will be reverting today, we'll be keeping some of the changes and making some slight tweaks. We'll also be doing some more standard issue adjustments today alongside cleaning up after the robots. Let's get to it. All right. Um, Killmonger, Cosmos, Shadow King, Alioth, Red Guardian are getting reverted. Hallelujah.
Woo!
Oh my gosh,
All
that's
those I think.
thank goodness.
I think we were all like in agreement that those were like
Those are the ones. Yeah.
Killmonger like was dead. Cosmo really doesn't need to be a four
Mm-hmm.
six. I mean, it was fine,
Mm-hmm.
but like it didn't need to be four
No.
six.
Yeah.
Shadow King
Dead.
was dead. Alioth was
Dead.
pretty much dead.
Basically
Red
dead.
Guardian was
Yep.
dead.
Yeah, and
So
those
I
were
think those
yeah.
are all reasonable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm very happy about all these changes, but I think specifically the one that actually like made me sigh in relief was Killmonger. Of course, there are like things like Killmonger kills Matt Thinker. Why would you be happy about this? The thing is like in this time period of I actually really enjoyed playing Destroy at the same time, and Killmonger not like Killmonger being subject to having to be in the same lane just makes him a worse Deathlock or a worse Carnage or a worse Venom, and that's not what you want him to be,
Yeah,
you
like
know? Um,
because like Deathlock at least is a 3/5
mhm,
and hits everything.
exactly.
Killmonger would it's a 3/3 that only hits one card. That's
Yeah, it,
crazy.
it, it was a worse Falcon. It was a worse Falcon for Destroy, and like he was non-existent as a tech card. Like there's no reason to run the card. Cosmo,
Yeah, and like
he's okay.
yeah. And one more thing about Killmonger, like the thing is like if you're using most of the time you're using Killmonger like as a synergy piece
Hmm.
in like destroy type archetypes, and then like the offensive part is like a bonus,
Yeah,
right? You're not plugging in Killmonger just for the tech. I mean, some people were, but like most of the time that wasn't the case. And and if it was just one lane, if it only affects one lane, then you might as well just play Electra.
oh,
If you're taking it specifically for 8/1 cost, then just play Electra.
yeah.
Like Killmonger was just so much
Oh,
worse in that
100%.
regard.
Yeah, there was really no reason to be running Killmonger during this time where he was nerfed. So I am happy that they brought him back. That was probably like the one I was most happy about seeing. I actually sighed of relief when I saw Killmonger getting reverted. And that's not something you'd expect me as the one cost guy to be happy about, But like I just like Destroy was absolutely dead during the entire time that this card was gone. And then like there it was just not fun to like not be able to play this card, I think especially I'm coming from like the destroy look of it, like like specifically that, but also like you can't destroy one cost. You're like there are certain decks that want that one cost tech, and like Electra sometimes just doesn't cut it, you know. And I'm just happy that Killmonger got reverted, not only because of like the tech part, but I think because of like what he does for Destroy, you know, as a synergy piece. Um, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, and the ones that were retained, Negasonic Change Warhead and Enchantress.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh. I think those two are the ones that like the community collectively agreed that yeah, these are fine.
Yeah.
Enchantress 5/8,
Yeah. I like her.
pretty I was down on it at first, but you know, over time, I what the one thing I didn't consider when was reviewing the OTA back then was that the competition of 5 drops is just so bad.
Yeah.
It's just so bad. It's so terrible that like Enchantress actually just makes it. It's just straight up like fine in
Oh yeah.
comparison.
100%. Enchantress, I was probably like the most happiest to see stay because I enjoy 5/8 Enchantress. Like I use her quite a lot in different decks, not only because like she deals with stuff that are usually annoying like ongoing cards, but also like she has enough power. She's at a position, especially at the 5 drop where there's not a whole lot of competition for her. Like the only real competition are more synergy pieces like Legion, like Blink, you know. And so I think that Enchantress, where she's at right now, is positioned to be like a prime 5 drop. I would dare to say she's probably one of the better 5 drops, without a doubt. So I'm very happy about Enchantress. Negasonic, I hate this card. I still do. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed from the last OTA reactions. I'm just happy that she's staying at 4-5 and going back to 3-3 because I don't want to go back to that health. Thank you very much. Uh, yes.
I mean, look, I think it's just the same thing like Juggernaut, right? Like you don't notice how oppressive it is until it finally gets like nerfed, right?
Oh, 100%.
3-3 Negasonic was like it's not like it was breaking the game or anything, but man, like she just had to like
Too much.
it was too much,
Yeah.
right? Like 4-5, much more reasonable. You have to invest a lot more, and like even if you Zabu it, you still had to like dedicate the spot,
To Zabu.
like the
Yeah.
to Zabu, and Zabu being at a 1/1 is like it's not exactly like if you don't have him on 1, it's pretty
Yeah,
bad.
100%. You know, I think that the ideas that they gave here are pretty good, but I think that they forgot to mention for Enchantress. I think that Enchantress is more of a buff person. Like, of course, you know, as a tech card, she did go down because now she costs more. But at the same time, like she's at a position where she's I think it's healthier for the card as well. So I just wanted to bring that up quickly. And I thought that
Yeah.
was interesting that that they added this at the very end of this of these reverting things or retaining. We feel good about these changes for the long-term outlook of the game. Okay.
And now and
Yeah. Yeah.
and then Shang-Chi. I
Yes.
don't know what this
No,
is.
no, no.
So
Yeah.
once you scroll down,
Yeah. Yeah.
you guys will see
Yeah.
our unfiltered first
You
reactions to
definitely will.
this.
Yes. So I wanted to quickly before we move on to Shang-Chi, I wanted to talk about this line right here that they added. I think what this means, I just want to talk about it for a quick second, sorry, is that these changes, after seeing what the game looked like without them or with them, they are confident that these changes are going to stick around for a long time. I think that after seeing how Killmonger, how Cosmo, Shadow King, Lights, Red Guardian, Negasonic, Enchantress, and more, as we'll get onto later on, did did in this meta, they realized like, okay, these 5 right here, Killmonger, these ones, these need to go back to how they were because they were fine where they were at. These two, for one of them, it's a buff, and for the other one, it was sorely needed, you know. And I'm
It's like a sideways
yeah,
nerf.
it's like a sideways note, and I also think I just thought it was a very important thing to bring up about this. You know, I think that I think this is like one of the last times we'll see them touching these cards, unless like something happens or like. But I think this is like one of the last times they'll be touching these cards personally,
Yeah,
just
yeah. It
based on
sounds
this
it
line.
sounds like
I
they
don't want to go
think
to Shang-Chi just quite because I want to get
that
a
it's like
live reaction. You know.
balanced, right?
Yeah, because now they feel like these cards are balanced. You know, Red Guardian moved from a 3-3 to a 3-2. Red Guardian is now balanced. You know, Shadow King is balanced. He has been balanced for a while. You know, like I'm happy that they've realized this, and I'm happy that these cards are going to stay for the long term because we saw what a metagame without them looked like. You know, so very happy. And now the main event, everybody.
The main event.
Shang-Chi.
Oh no.
So we were making a small adjustment to Shang-Chi. Oh, okay. Pre-robot, on reveal destroy enemy cards of 10 more. New 4-3 destroy an enemy card here that has 10 and more power. So they gave him that
Oh, so
power.
they kept the they kept the destroy one enemy card, but they kept the stat line.
Okay.
Wow.
Interesting. Um, in how do I obviously Shang-Chi is
Okay,
worse.
to be honest, I'm kind of surprised. I'm kind of surprised they did this and they kept it at a 4-3. I really thought that they would make it a 4-4 if they were keeping the
Yeah,
text.
100%. I think that I think I need a second to process this change. So I think it'd be a good idea to read this. Someone, if you want to go ahead and read this, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay, they say, we felt like this limited time OTA didn't quite give us or the community enough time to meaningfully gauge this subtle difference between Shangs. Our hope is that if Shang-Chi is single targeting, that he will remain a potent check on solitaire-esque huge point decks running well, but will also warrant players the opportunity to make interesting strategic decisions on whether to stack a location or not with multiple high power card. Previously, you would never do this if it could be avoided due to how impactful Shang-Chi was at countering this line of play. Our hunch is that this dynamic will simply make the game more fun, and we'd like to keep running the experiment. For now, our plan is to gather more information through the next Golden Gauntlet tournament and then make a more long-term decision. Oh, okay, so that makes sense. That makes sense. They're essentially saying they're continuing the experiment, and this is not the final version.
No, yeah. Um, hmm. I think that what they're saying in this thing is that they saw a bunch of these like single 10 power card decks running around. Like you saw a bunch of maybe Galactus that has like a 6/13, maybe not Galactus, but you get the drift I'm catching here. You know, like you have Wong and Namor shenanigans, like where you have like 1 10 power card in each lane. Um, I think that in those situations, I'm glad they have him back to this thing, and I'm glad that they realize that this makes for a very interesting like this makes for very interesting situational plays. Like, okay, if my opponent has Shang 2, do I commit a second 10 power card here? And I think there's a lot of mind games involved with this now. Like, who has Shang 2, who doesn't? And if you have Shang 2, are you stacking? Are you gonna stack a lane? You know? And so I think that it does add variety of play, and I'm glad that they have made this change and that they're going to continue the experiments. But the problem with that was never those decks, those singular 10 power cards. The problem was Sauron. The problem was Nightmare. The problem were these decks. You know that were previously being held in check by Shang Chi. Like he was keeping us away from these big point stat meta. Um, and I think we'll still see a meta revolving around Nightmare, revolving around Sauron. Though I will point out before I hand this over to someone,
I'm
this
just negative. Bro is already like in his mind.
in my mind I have it in
Not
here.
even
Yeah.
I'm not even someone anymore. I'm just negative
No,
guy.
I'm sorry. Okay. In my defense, I already call you negative guy in the server. So like, what do you expect? But yes, before I hand this over to negative guy, I'm just gonna start calling you this at this point. Like, I'm embracing it. Now, before I hand this over to someone, I will say that no one was playing Shang-Chi in the time that he was at his nerf state at a 4-2 that destroyed 1 10 power card. So I think that with people trying him out, I think we'll see maybe a little bit more variety in the meta, maybe less Sauron, maybe less big points package, and I think the addition of these other tech cards will be a lot more helpful. Like the reversion of these other tech cards will be a lot more helpful, and I'm very hopeful for Shang-Chi in the future. And I think that's where he's at right now. Maybe another point of power, maybe another two. I think he could be a very like balanced card, and I think he could be a lot more deck dependent. So yeah. So someone tell us, what do you think?
Okay, so I really do feel like it's gonna eventually get up to like 4-4 or 4-5. Like because okay, if no one's playing 4-2 Shang-Chi with this text line, I don't know how many more people are playing 4-3 Shang-Chi, especially since like a bunch of the other like just nerf tech cards got like reverted, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't it, the role it plays Shang now is like is more of a you almost kind of want to tempo out Shang-Chi, right? There's no
Hmm.
point in holding it. If they're playing a big like if they're playing Sauron or Nightmare and they have like Scar, right?
Hmm.
You kind of want to like rip Shang-Chi early so that their Scar isn't as discounted.
Hmm. Yeah.
Or something like that. I don't
Yeah.
know. Like it it really it's I like that they're still experimenting with it, but I feel like at the end of the day, this is either eventually going to get reverted or going up to like four, five.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I do like that they're still like working with him, and now they can actually do a proper experiment because like they didn't change a million variables at the same time,
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
right? Like it's like if you want to do an experiment, you have to isolate things to one variable so you can like measure how that variable changes things, right? It's like
100%.
as opposed to
I think that like
but
I like this idea 100%. I like that they're taking the time to experiment more with it, but I think that I think that it's more along the lines of like it's less about tempoing Shang-Chi and more about the mind games that come with Shang-Chi. You know, because of course like Sauron, Scar, like obviously you want to maybe rip it off early, but in these other like matchups where they have less 10 power, like consistent 10 power cards, now they need to be thinking, okay, do I need to reinforce this lane with another 10 drop? With another 10 power card, or do I need to focus on other lanes. You know, so Shang-Chi becomes more of a mind game card and less of a okay, I just automatically win a lane if you have more than two or three 10 power cards there. You know, um,
I'm gonna be honest though, as I was originally a Surtur main before I switched to Mr. Negative, and I'm gonna be honest, playing Surtur, I think I'm just gonna like not care about Shang-Chi.
mhm,
Oh, you shanked one of my 10 power cards? Oh, well, I have five more of those.
yeah,
What are you gonna do about those, huh?
yeah, 100%. You know,
It's like the thing of like you can't shank me everywhere, but now it's actually true.
yeah,
You can't shank me everywhere because I have way more than like three different like shankable targets. Like
yeah.
I really think this Shang-Chi's like not good at this stat line even now.
Yeah, I agree. I think he needs to be a 4-4-4-5 or go back to what he used to be a decent card. But I think that now they're gonna experiment with him and see what the numbers tell them, and especially if the Golden Gauntlet tells them that he needs to be reverted, then they'll revert him. You know, so I'm happy that
Oh yeah,
they're
actually,
actually
Golden Gauntlet is something I hadn't considered.
yeah, Golden
It,
Gauntlet,
it
yeah,
I wonder how it's gonna affect. Like, huh?
Sauron.
You think Sauron's gonna have a better
Oh,
chance?
100%. 100%. You know, like before it was just Shang-Chi was the most popular card in the game, and you wouldn't run Sauron or you would get rolled kind of
No,
situation.
but you know what? I think it's gonna be like Mobius. Mobius is gonna be like the biggest tech card after Shang-Chi, I
Probably.
think.
Yeah. I still don't
Oh
think they're gonna
no, no.
forgot about that, yeah. I still don't think they're gonna like change Mobius. We'll take a little tangent and talk about Mobius because I love Mobius, you hate Mobius. So we'll talk about him for a second. I think that Mobius fits a very sorely needed spot in this game, especially with the presence of Mr. Negative as a card and Pixie as a card and Scar and Death as cards. You know, like these things that can really impact the game if they're discounted to a point which their deck usually capitalizes on. So I think that Mobius is very needed in in what this game is. Although maybe not as a 3-4. You know, like before at a 3-3, I think he'd be fine. I think he'd be okay if he went back to a 3-3 personally.
Yeah. Okay, that's like my main thing. Look, I don't I don't disagree that that there shouldn't be like I think Mobius should exist as a card, right? I think that's fine. But the fact that it's 3-4 is the thing that rankles because at a 3-4 essentially like it makes it impossible for me to like counter other than Rogue. Because at a 3-3, I was able to also play Red Guardian to get Mobius, but like at 3-4 like you know it's just so much harder to Red Guardian it
Mhm.
that like it takes away that one critical that was like my one lifeline. If I really wanted to like face Mobius, I could play both Rogue and Red Guardian and like be confident that no matter what happened, like I had a pretty decent chance, like even if they played Mobius, that I could counter it.
Yeah,
But now it's just Rogue, and it's like, oh, do I have the Rogue? I guess not. I guess I lose. It's at the other side of the oh, do they have Mobius? It's like I don't know. It's just like the ability not to be able to interact with it just like
yeah.
annoys me.
I agree. I think that if he's a 3-3, he's still gonna see play. He's still like a very good card, and he's still a card that people are gonna run. Um, I just think at a 3-4, he's just a little too good at what he does right now. Of course, like I love Mobius. Like I not only do I love the card, but I love the character. Like I was a big Loki guy when the show came out. So when I saw Mobius in the card game, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love Mobius. He looks so cool and stuff. So obviously there's a little bit of bias there, but like at the same time, I will tell you that like he doesn't need to be a 3-4. He can be a 3-3 comfortably, and he was that for a long time, and he was still seeing a lot of play for a long time. You know. So yeah, that's definitely how we feel about these set cards. I'm gonna keep coming back to this. I think that's this line right here, the one I just highlighted. These cards are going to stay how they are for a while. I don't think that any of them are overpowering what the meta is right now, and I think these are comfortable in where they are. I think Second Dinner is comfortable keeping these where they are right now. Shang-Chi think.
Wait,
Oops, sorry.
imagine we scroll down and like the next the next change is Mobius. Like
That'd be
we don't know what
hilarious.
the next change
That's
is.
true.
Imagine.
Imagine it was Mobius. That would be really funny. But yes, along that line, yes. I'm happy that those changes are staying. Those the seven are staying that way. I'm happy that they're going to continue just to experiment with Shang-Chi, although I think they're going to come to the same conclusion that we did. And now, without further ado, we will get into the OTA, the actual, like the OTA without the reversion and stuff. We spent quite a bit of time talking about this. So, someone, if you want to go ahead and
Yeah.
take us away, we can go ahead and start.
All right. Give me 1 second. Colin Wing.
Oh wow.
Old 2-4 on reveal. Discard the card that costs the least from your hand. Change to 2-3.
Ooh.
Okay, wow, this is something I did not see coming. 2-3
Not
Calling
at
Wing?
all. What? That's very
Holy
interesting.
moly.
I was definitely not expecting that.
That okay, wait, hold up. Let's see their justification. Various flavors of discard decks have been strong for some time now, and we felt that long term warranted a change. However, it is difficult to meaningfully adjust points away from the discard heavy hitters, as when they are working, they can generate very large number where small nerfs won't often be meaningfully felt. As a result, we're dinging an enabler. And given that Calling Wing tends to be the strongest one, we're taking a power away from her so that the power adjustment will be frequently felt, particularly in the more scrappy game where discard synergies aren't shining their brightest. So, I mean, like, I know that, like,
Mhm.
discard 1, like, Golden Gauntlet Qualifier 2, but, like, I mean, Calling Wing, this feels like a stray. Like, I don't know, like, I know, like they're saying it's like, oh, if it's synergy, it's hard. Like the points don't matter, but like this matters a lot, especially to Calling Wing. I feel like Lady Sif would have been better to like take a point off
Mm.
because I don't know. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think?
Okay, so off the top of my head, I think that Corvus being a 3-4 would be better in this situation. I think
Okay, yeah,
Corvus is
Corvus flavor.
definitely impacting discard a lot more, especially with that extra energy, which allowed you to play a 6 on 5, and then kind of fit in your on your last like a Modoc plus a 2 drop, which could usually be Colleen or something. I think that like you were saying earlier, Colleen kind of caught a stray in this situation, and I don't know that she was that. I don't know if she was that much of the reason that Golden Gauntlet deck won the Golden Gauntlet, as more of a like the other like Corvus was a great enabler, Apocalypse was doing its thing, Dracula was doing its thing and stuff, and just discard being discard. I think that Colin caught a stray. I'm happy that they're changing discard because I personally hate playing against discard. I don't know a person that likes playing against discard. Um,
What are you talking about? It's just a normal deck. Like it's the most vanilla flavor of Marvel Snap deck you
Of
could
course, it
possibly
is.
get.
It is like a vanilla flavor, but that doesn't make it like fun to play against. Like it's like negative. It is a vanilla flavor deck, but like it's not fun to play against.
I don't know, but I think you just don't like any deck that you aren't playing.
That might be it. Yeah, that could be part of it. But yeah. So this is an interesting change. I'm interested to see where this goes.
I really feel like at this point, like I'm just thinking about like Blade, right? Like the Blade is just before you could like maybe argue, but like now Blade is 100% unambiguously unambiguably
Yeah,
better.
100%.
I
I
think
think the
probably.
Discord is still gonna run Colleen because she still fits like a specific purpose, especially in these like these Dock and Bullseye decks where you can discard a shard if you don't have
Oh yeah, yeah,
Modoc.
yeah.
So I don't think she's by any means useless, but I just think she's just less good than she used to be, you know?
Yeah, yeah, it's weird. It's
Yeah,
weird.
100%.
What's
So
next?
after
What's
Colleen,
next?
Agatha!
Oh
Agatha!
my gosh!
Whoa! Okay, Agatha got changed from a 614 to a 612. Okay.
Ooh, okay,
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 I'm
that's pretty
happy
good.
with that, unironically. I'm gonna go ahead and read the justification they give. Agatha is a tricky card to adjust. She's been performing above expectations for a while now. We like that a lot of her idiosyncr I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry, guys.
Idiosyncrasies.
Idiosyncrasies, sorry. Idiosyncrasies help to create a unique deck all by herself, and that's something we generally like to preserve. However, a lot of her strength is that simply she's a free card. We also feel it is likely that she will be relegated to zero play if you remove that component, which puts us in a tricky position. For now, we're removing two power from her to try to get her win rate down, but it's likely we have to revisit her in the future. Hmm. Okay.
Yet, off rip, I will say that I've been saying Agatha needed to be
Yeah.
nerfed. Like okay, because like with with this and like there are certain cards in the game that were originally designed with like a massive downside, but as the game has like uh progressed like and like evolved through time, that downside has been essentially removed. And Agatha's one of those cards where like the downside no longer exists almost.
Yeah.
Like there's very few games where you're actually like having to deal with Agatha playing your cards. Because with the release of Redshift, it was now like, oh, on turn 2 you could just get rid of Agatha. And then like if you don't get Redshift, then you get like Lady Civ or Moonlight. It was just way too easy to deal with Agatha's downside.
Hmm.
And then without the downside, playing Agatha is just playing an 11 card deck,
Yeah.
right? You all of your games are just slightly better, more likely to draw the good stuff. Like if it was just it was too much. It was too much, and
Yeah.
I'm glad this change was made. 614 to 612, so now she's like vanilla stat
Yeah.
lines for a 6 drop. She no longer gets any benefit for being Agatha. And another thing I will say is that this also hurts. Like this is like also a double nerf for like Black Knight, right? Like if you
Yeah.
now like if you play Black Knight, you're no longer getting a big as big of an ebony blade. I like this. I like
Yeah.
this.
100%. Hmm. In my head just now, I had a little thought, but then I immediately dismissed it after I thought about it a little bit more. I feel like, is 612 Agatha still worth playing? And I will say yes, she is still worth playing.
Yeah, definitely.
Based on the fact that your deck is an 11 card deck with her in it, which maximizes your chances of drawing a discarder, which minimizes the amount of turns that Agatha's on the field, which basically means that you're just running a free 612 to bring back with Hella or free 612 to take advantage of a Ghost Rider or something. So I think that she's definitely still worth playing. Although at a slightly less power, at slightly less power, I don't know if the power is going to make that much of a difference because her upside is still there. Like the good stuff about her still exists. Um, so
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I do think like that it's still like this even at a 6 job, Agatha is still like ripe for like something comes. I feel like she's like one card away from like breaking the game,
yeah,
right? And this is why like I'm particularly glad that they also recognize this, like that they also say like, oh, they'll have to revisit her in the future.
yeah.
And honestly, I think it might be time to like revert her back to original like controlling all of your turns.
Dang. If she goes back to
Even
that,
if
she
you
has to
like
be a
buffer to like
613.
616 and controls all of your turn, I think that would be fine.
Okay, I like that. I could see that working. But like the redshift thing is still there. Like if you redshift her, she's gone.
Yeah, I mean, the stat line would have to be adjusted, but like I feel like instead of like like this thing where she controls half of your turns, it just gives you a little bit too much opportunity to
Get
like
rid of her.
manage her downside, and like even if she was like a 610, I think like it's only a matter of time before something breaks her, and then like you just have to do the cycle again and again,
Yeah.
and it's something I think that would be like that cycle would be mitigated by like with an Agatha that that controls all your turns, or maybe something else altogether. Maybe an Agatha that doesn't start in your hand, but like controls your turns once you draw her. Yeah,
So
like
no,
to
but
get
look at
rid of
that.
that
They
like
they
deck.
they did they addressed that part. They said, but we also feel it is likely that she'll be relegated to zero play if you remove that component, which puts us in a tricky position. And I agree. I think that making her control your hands on turns that she's drawn, just like why would you run a card that can blow up your game plan? You know, the whole point of her, like you get her out of her hand on turn 2 or turn 3 now. That's the kind of thing, you know.
Mhm.
You don't want to see her around is what you're saying, you know. And I think that by removing the free card component that she gives with the downside that she has, I just think that it's just nerfing her too much, you know. I do think that she's still a bit too strong. Like as this is the free card aspect of her is just like it's just too
Yeah,
much, you know. Uh,
like it's crazy. Like with the old America Chavez was like,
mm.
is this Agatha's better than old America Chavez in like this decks that she goes in?
Yeah.
It's
Oh, it's
crazy.
100%. Yeah. So it's just Agatha, you know, Agatha being Agatha kind of situation. So I think that it's going to be harder to balance her now. I think that releasing Redshift when they did was smart, you know, because like they had time to figure it out, and she wasn't going to be the best card in the game because of Stardust. So yes, so I'm happy about this change. I think they're going to make more changes to her down the line. So congrats to SD for figuring this out and starting the ball rolling now, you know? Uh
All right,
so
next one.
well, speak of the devil.
Oh
Stardust.
my God,
Speak of the actual
Stardust.
devil. That's hilarious. Stardust was
Stardust.
a
Okay.
4/7 and he moved to a 4/6. Okay.
Ooh.
Huh.
Let me read out
Yeah,
the
yeah.
text they gave. Stardust has been one of the standout tech cards since its release, with both considerable usage and win rate. This continued and even increased as we expected during the robot takeover, affirming our beliefs that although we'd like Stardust's tech role in the metagame, that it could stand to lose some power. We still believe it will play its role
Mm-hmm.
well. And I think this is like a great change, right?
Mm-hmm.
It Stardust didn't need to be a
Mm-hmm.
4/7. It didn't. It was like at its role. I think it's perfectly fine as a 4/6. Like, and what is actually changing, right? You're like, if you're playing against like Hela, you Stardust still solos.
Yeah.
Like, there's no real change there. Stardust still solos against Hela, against any like sort of revive strategy, and she still has some like random like interactions like Brood, and like there's a whole lot of things that Stardust hits, and I think it's fine perfectly. It doesn't need to have base stat
Mm-hmm.
line like 4/7, right? It can
100%.
be a little bit
Yeah.
smaller. And also, this is the sort of thing like that makes me like, why is Mobius still a 3/4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, tech cards don't usually have like normal stat lines.
Yeah.
They're
100%.
always like a little bit under because of their utility,
Yeah.
right?
100%.
Like Enchantress is a 5/8, and this is not a 5/9. She's definitely not a 5/10. Like,
No.
like
Mm-hmm.
tech cards don't need to be norm base stat lines, and I think this is great. This is a great
Yeah,
change.
I'm happy about this change personally. I didn't you know I think I ran decks that kind of died to her, the Stardust specifically a little bit. It not so much as Hella, just more of a like Morgan, you know, Airwalker just it would stop Airwalker from working, it stop Lucky Barnes from working, you know. So like I'm glad Stardust is moving back to a 4/6. Sorry, moving to a 4/6 because she was never a 4/6. Um, and and I'm glad that it's happening at the same time Agatha is getting nerfed because if Stardust got nerfed before Agatha got nerfed because we could see a lot more Hela. And I still think we'll see a lot of Hela just because of the Stardust nerf. I just don't think it'll be as prevalent because of the Agatha nerf. You know, we'll see less Agatha
Yeah,
Hela, you know?
yeah,
So I'm happy about that for Stardust. I'm happy that they did it at the same time as Agatha. I'm glad that they recognized what Stardust does and what she's countering. So you know, props to SD again. You know, great change. Happy about this one. Yeah, it's awesome. Um,
yeah. And also one more thing that I just realized that I'm finally gonna be able to play
Zola.
destroy negative again with Arnhem Zola. I no longer have to fear that my Arnhem Zola is completely
Yeah,
useless.
100%. So you know, great. Thank you for leaving us, Stardust. Well, not leaving us. You'll still be around, but thank you for not being nearly as prevalent as you used to be, Stardust. Uh, Viv Vision. Okay, so this is like
Oh,
one of those string of I'm gonna scroll down in a sec. This is like one of those string of three changes that they do where it's just a bunch of power nerfs, power buffs.
yeah.
So if you want, we can run through those quickly and then we could read like
Yeah.
the thing. So first, Viv Vision goes to a 3-3. Dormammu goes to a 7-12. Destroyer goes to a 6-18.
Whoa. Whoa. Okay, that last one. Hold up, I
What?
did not expect that one.
Destroyer? What in the goodness me? Dormammu? Okay, Vivision was needed. Like she was terrible. Like let's be real here. This is a good change. She's gonna be better. Like we don't really need to talk about this one. We talked about it a lot, like when she came out in our actually first ever video. So if you haven't checked that one out, please go ahead and check that one out. We talk a lot about Vivision and stuff. So yeah, go ahead and refer back to that one. We'll try to link it in our
You have to
description.
watch an entire episode of this podcast just to know what we're
No, no,
talking
no, no,
about.
no. All you do is skip to the Vision part. Come on, come on. It's easy. Like you can hear our thoughts about it, and we can use a chance to deep dive better into Dormammu and Destroyer. So just go ahead and check that one out. We're happy. I think we're both probably happy about this change, and I think it's just gonna make her better. And I think you'll start seeing her a lot more, especially in these strategies like Surfer and Hand Buff that they used to really want her. So great Vision. um, Dormammu.
So yeah.
Sorry, you were gonna say something. I don't want to interrupt.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say one more thing about
Yeah.
Vivision. I do feel like a lot of people were like, oh, if it's a 3 cost, if it's 3 power, it might be too strong. It's gonna be too hard to win the lane. And I'm like, it's like sort of the Captain Carter thing, right? Captain Carter when started as a 4-3, went down to a 3-2. People were like, oh my god, 3-2 Captain Carter, she's gonna be broken and stuff. No, she just turned out to be second brood. And Vivision is just gonna be like, it's like, I mean, I don't even say like second Nakia.
Hmm.
Like, I mean, it has a lot more potential upside than Nakia, but it's like even at a 3-3, like, I mean, all the handle, all these buff decks, like, when was the last time you saw a buff deck on ladder? I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know. I don't know when the last time I saw one was,
Never.
and I feel like it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. All this stuff. They nerf Gwenpool, they nerf Galacta. Like those buff decks can like. It's fine if it gets like a buff with
Yeah.
Vision and like Surfer, like yeah, all that. Like Surfer is already dead, so
Yeah.
like if this brings it back, it's fine.
Yeah. We're fine with that. 100%. So the Vision goes to the 3-3. Then Dormammu goes to a 7-12. Huh. I'm a little worried
I
now.
mean, are you though? Like, is it really that good? Like the Dormammu, I bet Dormammu decks like they've always been like D tier, I think. Like D tier sort of decks. Like I don't know. I've never been like worried about a Dormammu deck because like to play Dormammu you have to run like Bucky Barnes and like Uncle Ben, or like no, you don't actually have to run Uncle Ben. But often you're running Bucky Barnes. You're running. It's like it's a more fair version of Destroy, and I think increasing the reward is perfectly fine. It's funny,
Yeah.
The last time they buffed it, they buffed it by reducing the cost of one of the
Mhm.
spells, and but like they also made it from 7-11 to 7-10. And it's like it didn't need to be 7-10. Like it's fine as a 7. So like all of this, like not only is it not like doing anything broken, is the fact that like Dormammu is also like very very telegraphed,
Yeah.
right? Like the cube equity is like like you've seen them play 2 spells. You know where then that Dormammu is coming. Like it's like you can leave. You know when what's gonna happen. Like I don't feel particularly threatened, but I want to hear what you have to say.
So the reason it's an oh no is like it's number one, it's a 2 power buff. Of course, like it's a higher end card, so you'll see that card like more often. But I think I'm worried about like now his ceiling is taller and his floor is taller as well. It's just it's a big buff for a card, especially in a game about power to get a 2 power buff. I don't know if this is going to make Dormammu like the best card, like the best 7 costs in the game. Like you need to run it right now. If you don't have it, you're dead. Kind of situation. Uh, I don't think it's going to be like that. I just think that now Dormammu enjoyers now have something to do. Now they're like, oh my gosh, finally I can now not only does Dormammu win a lane, but like I can be confident in him winning a lane because of the extra 2 power. I can be confident in Dormammu doing what he's supposed to be doing. Which is I want to get him down on 5 and then maybe like Zola him and win everything. Like I know about Zola, but like I'm just throwing random stuff like that. And I've never played Dormammu. Um, probably not Zola.
That's how bad he was. It
Yeah.
was like No one was playing Dormammu, except for Cam Worst. Cam Worst, like I don't know. He's I've faced him a couple of times. For some reason, he's playing Dormammu.
Yeah, but that's like one person out of like the millions. Of course, like I want to get into like what they say about these cards. And I did read a little bit about it earlier. So I did know about this change. I didn't know about the Destroyer. I saw about Dormammu because I did actually kind of enjoy Dormammu, even though I don't own the card. I enjoy like the play style behind him. Um, so I actually wanted to go to that real quick.
Wait, we didn't talk about
Oh yeah,
Destroyer
we'll talk
though.
about
We didn't talk
Destroyer.
about
Yeah, that's
Destroyer.
true. Destroyer.
Dude, Destroyer at 680, it's almost an infinite. It's almost there. It's almost there. It's so close. I remember, I, dude, like I don't know. That's a big number. Like, is it this Destroyer really that bad? Like, I mean, I feel like 616, you could say, I might as well just play Giganto, you know? Like, who needs to, like, build their deck around, like, destroying Nimrods or destroying... But 618, like, I don't know. If I'm dropping the Infinite, like, as my game plan, like, every game, I think that's pretty good. Like, especially since, like, you know, you're building Destroyer deck with, like, synergy with Nimrod, Wolverine, like, you know, all that stuff.
Yeah,
I I think this is pretty good. This is pretty like this is a huge
oh,
buff, like
yeah.
616 to 618. Like I think it's on the cusp of
You heard it
of
here
being
first.
like
You heard it
real.
here first, folks. Destroyer's meta.
No, I don't know, but like I just like I don't know. 18 power is just so big. Like it's crazy. You're like the only way to go bigger is by skipping an entire turn with the Infinite, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, 100%. So Destroyer, congratulations to Destroyer for being a 618. I wonder if this is gonna be like a Giganta treatment where like he went from not being played to being played in very niche decks. So if that is the case, congratulations to Destroyer enjoyers. I know there's at least one of you creepos out there that has him full max mastery, which I don't even know why you would do that. But congratulations to you. So I think I want to take this chance and read a little bit about what they said. We don't have to read all of it, just like read a little bit about it. I think I especially want to read about Dormammu and
no, let's
Destroyer.
read all of it. More content. We
That's
gotta pad
true.
out the
More
episode. Okay, we
content.
gotta look. They've been asking for hour plus
That's
episodes.
true.
Like
That's true.
let's hit 2 hours this
2 hours.
time.
2 hours. Who's gonna listen to that? Not me. Yeah. So I'll try to speed run it quickly so that our viewers don't actually die. We've seen that Division's win rate numbers have been simply too poor since release. She's an exceptionally tricky card to land on in final balancing. We felt that 33% posed a potential risk when it enabled her to snowball games too quickly, and as a result, we just tried to release her to 3-2 to hedge against this risk. The numbers have proof otherwise, and while it is possible that 3-3 may actually move the needle too far in the other direction, making her too strong, when I gain more data and consider more dramatic adjustment to her design if necessary. Similarly, Dormammu's numbers continue to be low even after the previous adjustments. We're trying again by increasing his power to 12. His play rate near his release is quite high and sustained for some time, and it's plummeted with player realization that he just isn't very strong. That implies to us that this card is a card that folks find fun, so we're committed to getting him to a spot where his fans won't find the win rate embarrassing. We're enjoying playing with him, which that's hilarious. I love that they added
That's funny. It's like
that.
they acknowledge that he's just bad.
I
He's just straight
know.
up bad.
Destroyer has been weak for a very long time, given his considerable drawback in niche applications, giving him some more numbers to play with. Okay. Before we like completely break down this paragraph, getting Destroyer from Polymorphs is still gonna suck. So that changes nothing about that interaction. Getting Destroyer out of Polymorph is actually just gonna be heart wrenching, because you're just gone. um.
Yeah, I mean like yeah, I mean any randomly generated destroyer isn't gonna help you, but I feel like the destroyer deck, like if you're playing destroyer, like destroyer might be an option for destroy now, like as a deck.
Mhm.
Like I don't know like if it's gonna be all that
No.
good. But you know, a while back I was playing like with 616 destroyer. I got to infinite like a couple seasons ago.
Dang.
No, not a couple. Like it's like 6 seasons ago, like 6 months ago with destroyer. It's not bad. I think it has potential, especially since like 618 is just such a large number. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's a solo the lane kind of number, you know?
Yeah, yeah, dude. Like just like a little bit of synergy is all you
Yeah,
need.
basically, you know. So congratulations to Destroyer and Dormammu for maybe being playable. We don't know about that one just quite, but maybe being
Destroy
playable.
Dormammu deck
Destroyer,
is a
hey, Destroyer
crossover of
Dormammu.
the century.
That'd be insane. Oh man. But yes. So I'm gonna hand it over to someone, and he's gonna go over the next. Oh, I guess we're getting two buffs at
Well,
the
I
same
think
time.
you want to go over the next one. I think you want to go over this one.
I do. I'll go over this one. You can go over the next one as well. Okay. My gosh. I hate this. I hate everything about this. I cannot believe it took them under 2 weeks of Awesome Andy being released to buff him, and it took them over a month to buff Mad Thinker. That is my takeaway from this. I think that Mad Thinker is obviously a card that Secondary doesn't like, and I don't think they like a one cost scaler. So I am a little mad that Awesome Andy is getting a buff before, like quicker than Mad Thinker does, and he has a variant, but we don't leave. I don't want to rant. I'm not going to rant about this just quite. I'll save that for like a bonus episode where I rant about how Secondary doesn't care about Mad Thinker.
Bonus. It's just gonna be you ranting about Mad Thinking for like
I kid you
3
not.
hours.
I will rant about Mad Thinker for as long for a very long time. Like I love that card. If it isn't obvious enough. Um.
I don't think you actually stated what the change went. Awesome Andy went from a 2-1 to a 2-2, just so that the
Yeah,
listeners
yeah.
actually
The,
know.
the watchers too, yes. It's like I remember Smiles. Smiles like has been splitting this card. He's been I don't know if about playing this card, but he's been splitting this card quite a lot. He has a God Split. So if you guys want to have a look at a Awesome Andy God Split or a Mad Thinker God Split, just ping me or Smiles, and we'll be happy to share both. Awesome Andy to 2-2. I remember him talking about this earlier. That Awesome Andy to 2-2 makes him a playable card. And Awesome Andy at a 2-3 would make him a good card. So I'm happy that he's a 2-2. Like he's playable now. I like Awesome Andy. Like I love the design. I love the art style and stuff. So props to other Awesome Andy fans, specifically Smiles. Uh, yeah, like I said, I'm still not very happy about this change because Mad Thinker happened after this, and that he has a variant before Mad Thinker. And today, Gorgon got a variant, so that means Mad Thinker is like one of the only Series 4 cards left without a variant. But we'll talk about that we'll talk about that when I post my rant video, guys. I swear.
Someone at second dinner just really hates Mad
They
Thinker.
have something against like no, like Daniel. I'm gonna take a little side tangent. I'm not gonna rant for forever. I just want to talk about this for 3 minutes, okay? They first of all, Manfinger went from a 1-1 to a 1-2, which basically didn't move the needle for him. Like I wish that they would have gone for
I
a
mean,
rework for him.
they doubled his power, bro. They doubled his power. Well, how can you?
Okay, sure, they doubled his power, but like, come on, move him. I came up with this idea the other day. Move him to a 2-0 that scales with +3. Okay,
Ah.
make that the change second dinner, and I will buy your next $100 bundle. Okay. I am bribing second
Bro,
dinner now.
bro's trying to bribe second dinner, trying to bribe the balance team.
I will buy $100 bundle if this exact change happens. Like this is a change that would make Mad Thinker a very fun card to play with, and I think that it's not like Kitty Pryde who used to be like a 1-0 +2 or something. I just make this card like good. Just let me have fun playing this card. Make it not die to Killmonger or Electro. Like, come on, second dinner. Like it's like and we don't have a variant for him, so I'm stuck I'm on split 39 for him. I have to do 87 of this. It's gonna take me 3 months without a variant. Like second dinner, come on. Like just give me a variant, rework the card, make him playable. Like I can't keep playing that. Like this card is so hard to work around already because like he requires so much to make him good, and then like and it's even harder when like I don't I'm low enough collection and I'm missing these cards that I like to be playing him with, and it's like every single day I'm like, how do I make this card better? But I can't because I'm missing so many cards. So like I'm sorry, I'm ranting a little bit. I'm a little triggered
Bro is
that
crashing
I'm
out on
crashing out
that.
on a podcast. But like, come on, guys. Like, Awesome Man, you move Awesome Man, you give him a variant day one, first of all, which you couldn't give him, which for some godforsaken reason you tried not to
Wait,
give
it
it to
was
him.
day one as
It was
well.
day one.
Day
They
one.
gave Awesome Andy this card, this obviously terrible card, a variant day one, and it was a good variant. Like Mad Finger didn't. Mole Man got a variant before Mad Finger. He got it day one. Like Mad Finger is the only like besides Uncle Ben, and he's getting a variant. He has a Data Mine variant at this point. Besides Uncle Ben, Mad Thinker has no data mine variants, and he has no upcoming variants. Like, what am I gonna do? I come on, secondary. Like, and then like the card is barely playable as it is. I'm forced every day to defend him in so many different in so many different like Discord servers because everyone is like pinging me with like, oh, he sucks, like Mad Stinker this, Mad Stinker that. Like come on, guys. Like, just make the card playable in any way, shape, or form, and I will literally do anything. Make him a 2/0 +3, and he will be a good card. Like, come on. Anyway, I'll hand this. I've
Uh,
spoken too long. Go ahead, someone.
I will say, the way I think about this change, on the rock scale, he went from -2 to -1 rocks. He's graduated from being terrible to being niche,
Yeah,
very niche.
yeah,
Um, Lockjaw. The next change we have is Lockjaw, our good old. This is how many dogs do we have in Marvel Snap? 3. Lockjaw, Cosmo,
yeah.
Sparky.
3.
3 dogs. The second of the dogs. Lockjaw went from a 2/2 to a 2/3, and yeah, I mean it's pretty good. I played Lockjaw like after he got like obliterated from what it used to be. It kind of didn't really any play because like out of 2/2, it was pretty good though. Like I was surprised. Like 2/2 Lockjaw is not that bad. It's not bad. It's just I don't know. I guess people like there wasn't really a deck for it. I tried it in Hella and it was like fine. I don't know. Let's see what they're saying.
Yeah.
The team said we're buffing a couple of activate cards ahead of. Okay, well, okay. I guess they know now. Ahead of Jocasta's release. Okay. We hope that she will enable a variety of fun synergies, and we want to make those potential outputs as diverse as possible. So we're giving some love to a few activate underachievers. In particular, we hope that folks will be excited about Lockjaw, as our previous buff didn't quite generate the positive reception we were expecting. We'll keep working on him if that's what folks want and the numbers permit. Yeah, I mean Lockjaw 2/3, perfectly fine card.
I'm not mad about that one. That's a good
I think
change.
I guess the Cerebro 2 players are crying, but like
You didn't play him in
other
C2.
like that was the only deck that I thought like that I saw Lockjaw in. So now he's a Cerebro 3 card.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Maybe
congratulations to C3, I guess.
Lockjaw. Wait, you could Lockjaw. What would you Lockjaw? What was like an on reveal? Like you Lockjaw Killmonger into
Killmonger.
Omega Centaur. I don't know what you're playing. Actually, to be honest, I don't even know, bro.
Yeah.
I don't even know if Lockjaw works in C3.
No.
To be
Probably
honest.
not.
But yeah. Yeah, this is fun stuff. We still got more changes. This is a huge OTA, to be honest. Like, this is, not only did they like revert stuff, but they've also changed stuff. I think this is the last one though. Yeah. Oh
Yes!
my god!
Yes!
Hold up!
Yes!
Mystique!
She goes from a 3-0 to a 3-1.
3-1.
Finally, a built to a fan favorite, a sneaky small nerf to Mr. Negative.
Oh my gosh.
Mystique has a variety of fun applications, but is most often played in Mr. Negative these days. That's a deck that we have our eye on. Oh no! Oh no! That's a deck we have our eye on.
No. I don't know. They don't know what they're talking about. I take everything back. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't understand.
And we think this is a nice medium change of improving the 6 for every non-negative deck. Oh, this is insanity.
Okay.
That's a deck we have our eye on.
You know what I'm gonna say? I actually think it's a buff.
It's not. How is this ever a buff? How is this ever a buff for you?
Dude, if you're playing Mr. Negative, it doesn't matter if your Mystique is 0 or 1 cost. You're never going to be struggling to play Mystique.
Yes. What if Gore is in hand and you're trying to drop Mystique Iron Man? You can't. See, no. I don't think you're gonna see. You're gonna play with her. No. You're gonna play with her, and you're gonna realize how bad she is. You're gonna realize how much of a nerf it is.
She's fine. This is look. It helps in all the games where I didn't Mr. Negative Mystique. I don't know, bro. I don't know. When is 1 power a nerf?
It's 1 cost for you. In case you're wondering, it's not 1 power. It's 1 power and 1 cost.
Well, I mean. Well, Mystique is just always in hand. So
She's always an and.
so
That's true. I give you that.
so like I think this is actually above, you
Okay,
know.
okay. Ignoring this change. I'm gonna ignore this change. I'm gonna go to a different card. That's a deck we have our eye on. Oh no. Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no, someone.
No, this they're actually gonna buff Mr. Negative. They're gonna look at the numbers. They're gonna see that it's actually underpowered. And they're gonna buff Mr. Negative to be immune to Mobius,
Immune
so
to
we don't have to deal
Mobius.
with that
My
anymore.
gosh, that would just ruin the meta forever, dude. That's insanity.
No, no, no. It'd be so
What do
fun.
you mean it'd be
You
so
can play a
fun?
Matt Thinker. Matt Thinker can compete. Don't worry.
Don't stop trying to bait me. I will not fall for the bait. I am not in the mood after seeing the Otsmandy change. I am not in the mood to respond to any kind of bait anywhere. Thank you very much. But yes, this is hilarious. I love this change. This is the greatest change of all time. This is the best. This is the best change of the OTA without a doubt.
Okay, okay, okay. Calm down, buddy. Calm down, buddy. Relax.
Man, that was awesome. um, yeah,
I don't know, bro.
that's insane. We ranted for like an hour on this. This is shenanigans.
Yeah. Well, as they say, okay, that's all for today.
For today. Yeah.
Okay, actually, that didn't really flow. Why did they say okay? That's all for today. Why couldn't they just have
And
written
that's all,
that's
folks.
all for today?
And that's all, folks. Dun 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 dun.
Right.
Dun.
But to our viewers, you will now resume your regularly scheduled podcast. Say hi to our. We're gonna say hi to ourselves in the future, and hope that they're doing all right.
Hello, Baby Mario in the future. I hope you're still not mad. Anyway, let's move on with our lives. Yes.
All right. We'll get back to your regularly scheduled podcast. See you in literally 1 second. Ciao.
Ciao. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing our live reactions to the OTA and hearing me rant for a little bit. That was a moment of weakness for me, and I was slightly mad, as you can probably tell, yeah. But now we're heading into my favorite segments of the entire video. Mad Thinker Theory! Woo! I'm so excited. So, Mad Thinker Theory. This is gonna be awesome.
Originally, we were going to do Mr. Negative Theory, but then Mario decided to to veto me, and then he
You didn't have I had a slideshow ready for next week, and you didn't have one, so I was like, okay, I can do it if you don't have one ready. That was the actual interaction here.
No, I think you remember it differently.
Okay, well then show the slideshow then. Show the slideshow.
Please, let's do Mad Thinker Theory this week.
I did not say that, but okay. Anyway, Mad Thinker Theory. I am so excited. I've been looking forward to rant about Mad Thinker for a while now. So, Mad Thinker Theory. What does Mad Thinker do? Mad Thinker is a 1/2 that reads at the start of each turn after drawing, +2 power is if your hand is full. Okay, why does this suck? Mad Thinker sucks because number 1, he's too unreliable. Number 2, he requires perfect hands to do anything, and number 3, there are so much deck building pains that go into making him work. Now, why I love him? I love him because no one else does. Like, no one else in the community does.
We know at least one other person who's competing.
Okay, one other person. Oh no. He has an awesome animation too.
We can't forget about them. We can't forget about one of our biggest fans.
Okay, fine. She also likes Mad Thinker, but I am the Mad Thinker guy. I run him and everything. If you can see that is a screenshot from my game. That is my split for him. Like you can't actually say I'm not the Mad Thinker guy with this kind of split, you know? That's all I gotta say. I love his animations in the game. If you haven't seen them, please go ahead and either play him or just watch them. I will upload gameplay if people want me to. Like I love this card. He has awesome animations, and I consider the playstyle with him pretty fun. Like there's a lot of like math that goes on in my head about okay, if I play this, how many cards you can get add to hand. It's like basic math, but like I'm like a 5-year-old, so that's fine with me. Yes. Now, what cards are required / encouraged to run with Mad Thinker? My number 1 favorite card outside of Mad Thinker is Merlin. Well, Iron Patriot and Merlin, but we'll get to Iron Patriot in a second. Merlin.
Oh my gosh, if this card didn't exist, Matt Thinker would actually be balls. Like, he would be the worst card in the game if this card didn't exist. Like, the ability to automatically guarantee a card to hand that allows you to play 2 cards a turn instead of one with Matt Thinker is just so good. And it's just, and like, there are games where Merlin and Matt Thinker just, like, actually just start popping off because, like, if you're conservative about your hand size, like, if you're skipping a turn 3, which I actually have done, if you don't judge me, okay? If you skip a turn 3, to get Matt Thinker to proc, and you start procking him every turn after that, he's at least, if he's procs from 4, 5, and 6, then he's 1/8. That's really good, I'd say. And then you can just reinforce the other lanes with like a wolf or something. So like I think that's very good.
You heard it here, folks. You have to be evil in order to play Mad Thinker.
Just because you don't like Merlin doesn't mean no one else does. Okay, get out of here. Merlin is like one of my.
Everyone
It's the
likes
most
Merlin.
fun card in the game. Everyone except you likes Merlin. Okay, everyone except you likes Merlin. Let's be real here. Um, Now other fun cards. So what I usually end up doing really depends on how much into Mad Thinker I like to go into the deck. My decks either are on a scale of 1 to Mad Thinkers is what I usually rate them. Like one, my decks usually hover around 5 to Mad Thinker, which is either fully Mad Thinker or it's like I have Mad Thinker elements that allow him to go to like 1/8 or 1/10 if I'm playing the game correctly, with him. And if I have a good hand for him, like a Merlin and something, I have a screen. I don't know if you guys have seen a screenshot running around, but I got a Bar Sinister game where I had 4 Mad Thinkers and they were all 10 power. Like that was peak. That was peak shenanigans. Like that was incredible. Um,
I think you
so
lost.
like
Didn't you lose that game? Like I
no, I
remember
won
seeing.
that game. I did win that
You
game.
also, I remember seeing like a cloning Vats game. We had like 4 Mad Thinkers and you still lost.
So I had like 5 or 6 Mad Thinkers, but I lost because my opponent was playing Tribunal and they high rolled. Which is fine. I'm okay with that. Like, do whatever you want. I got 6 Mad Thinkers. They were all at least 4 power. Like, I am not gonna complain about that at all. You know. So of course there are times like he's not the best card in the game like at all. Like there are times you're gonna lose, but like for the memes, you always go for the biggest Mad Thinker possible. Usually I recommend especially with the decks that I have on 5 with him. Usually have 1 to 2 other generators besides Merlin. I usually have Iron Patriot and Mirage, or Hawkeye Cape Bishop can really sub in for both of them because you're getting 2 cards out of that card, and it really helps you get Mad Thinker online earlier. But every single Mad Thinker deck has Merlin in it. Every single Mad Thinker deck has one other generator in it. And if you're 10, you're doing Helicarrier. Like, yeah, if you're a 10, you're doing Helicarrier. You're getting him to like 112 or something. So like usually for me, um, I usually hover around to 5 to 6. I'm not full Mad Thinker. I have a couple decks that are full Mad Thinker. Most of my decks hover around 5 to 6. I have Iron Patriot, I have Mirage, I have one or the other sometimes. But I also really enjoy playing Iron Patriot, so it's really like a plus. I love Iron Patriot, I love Merlin, I love Mad Thinker. It's like my three favorite cards are in the same deck. I love that.
Uh,
Yes. And what decks does Mad Thinker shine in? I think that the two best Mad Thinker decks are Thanos and V-Hands. Now, why Thanos? Why, in your mind, you're like, why are you talking about Thanos in V-Hand? Obviously, V-Hand is like hand generation, this or that. Like you're adding cards to hand, you're getting him bigger. You're also doing V-Hands, so that's not your only strategy. Thanos is very good at them because if you remember, Soul Stone, Time Stone, Mind Stone, all the and Space Stone. If you don't have Thanos in hand, all 4 of those stones also draw cards. So if you play Thanos, if you have Merlin and you have like one other generator, Mad Thinker is doing very good. So that's like a 7 to 8 on the Mad Thinker scale of how many cards you're adding to hand. And I've had games with Thanos where he's proccing on 2 after like a good location and Mad Thinker. Like there are like Mad Thinker can go really big, especially with Thanos. And I think V-Hand is just V-Hand. Like you would expect Mad Thinker to go in V-Hand because like you're adding cards to the hand. Like it's easy to work him. And that's it. Uh, so what decks do I play? That might be your question. Uh, Usually I hover around different stuff. I have a Mad Thinker Lockdown deck that had a lot of fun playing Deadpool's Diner. I have a Mad Thinker Thanos deck I play. I have a Mad Thinker Bounce deck I play. My personal favorite deck is this deck I call Thinkamoto. It's on the screen right now. It's very simple. You have King Eitri, Merlin, Nico, Iron Patriot as your generators, and you just have a good Agamotto stuff. My favorite thing to do with this deck is get a 110 Mad Thinker and an Icons it. Like that is peak. That is peak gameplay right there. Like I've had that happen multiple times, and I'm like, hey, it's
as
insane.
opposed to just iconing Agamotto himself.
Why would I do that? Why would I Icons a 510 when I can Icons a 110? Like, come on, guys, come on. Let's
Oh
be
yeah,
real here.
because 110. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And so really, like, I also wanted to go a little bit more into like gameplay with him. Like, what does gameplay look like usually for him? So I'm actually going back to the first slide here really quick. Sorry, but too far. Right here. If you guys will notice, I in this why this sucks slide, I said too unreliable and requires perfect hands. That I am completely honest here. Like, if you don't have Mad Thinker on one and two, Merlin on two, he is probably doing nothing that game. If you don't have like good locations that are working for him, he's doing nothing that game. If you don't have usually you need Mad Thinker to Merlin into Iron Patriot. Like that is like the perfect line, and he's proccing on four that game. Like you need these like ideal lines for him to be popping off. Like there were so many different things that he requires to be good that it's hard to get him big. But when you do get him big, he's very big. Like I love this card because like you have a 110 on your board, and all you have to do is reinforce that lane and another lane, and you win. Like, and with Merlin, Merlin has a good synergy with Werewolf. So you're running Mad Thinker, Werewolf, Merlin. Like Werewolf is jumping around. He's like a five. He's a 313, 316 at the end of the game. Like there is a lot of stuff that Matthew can do. He just requires these hands, these like situations where he's gonna work, you know. Um, so I think Matthew is drastically underrated, and that's coming from a non-biased standpoint right here. I think he's drastically underrated. I think people just look at him like, he sucks, get him out of here. You know, they think of him like, oh, he's just a Nicholas Scratch, get him out of here. No, he gets bigger than Nicholas Scratch. Number one. Number two, he's more fun than Nicholas Scratch. Number three, Nicholas Scratch sucks. Don't compare a great card to him. Like, come on, guys. Um, yeah. So that's basically all I have to say about him. Enjoy these splits. Like these are insane. Obviously, I had the ink green crackle earlier. You guys saw. I have just perfection. Like let's be honest. Like what more could you want from this card? Like it's beautiful. I have more splits that I could share, but like they didn't fit on the slide because I wanted to keep them all in a decent shape so you guys can see them. But yes, if you guys have any questions whatsoever about Mad Finger, like what decks you guys have, like if you really want to run him in a deck, I am so down to helping you. You have no idea. Just like if you have my Discord, ping me. If you want to leave a comment down below. I will get back to you as soon as I can. Like anything to make Mad Thinker relevant in this metagame, I will do. You know, I am at 40 splits out of 87, so I'm going for max mastery. If anyone likes updates, I can give weekly updates if you guys want. Like, I trust me.
Weekly
The
updates of Mad Thinker. What?
of splits. You know, if you know how
I
many
was about
splits
to
I'm
say
deep. You
like,
know.
what are you like?
No, no, yeah, yeah, and of course the week that I get max mastery on him, it will be chaos in everywhere. Like if
Bro,
you're around
bro
the
is gonna like
Discord
do
server, there will
a whole
there will be
3 hour
things.
video like of max mastering Mad Thinker.
Max Mastery. Yes, I will actually stream. I'm going to be on Twitch streaming the last like my final split. So if you guys want to see that, pop on over there. It's all I love Mad Thinker, you know? Like I could rant for even longer than I'm not going to because this video is already long enough
I
with
mean,
an
no.
hour with an hour live OTA thing. Like, dudes, I love Mad Thinker, okay guys? But yeah, that's all really I have to say about the card.
I will say, I think the best case, okay, besides your fanaticism about Mad Thinker, I think the best argument for getting Mad Thinker as like a normal player is like as an investment for the eventual start of turn archetype. I mean, like I honestly do think it's probably happening eventually, maybe in a
Mhm.
year, 2 years, who knows? Like they already did end of turn, and start of turn is like a thing, right? Like we have
Mhm.
effects that do start of turn, and so
Yep.
like you know how they changed like the text of all like end of turn cards to say like it went from like after this turn or at the end of this turn to like have a keyword end of turn. I
Yeah.
think the same thing is gonna happen for start of turn at
Mhm.
some point, and I get that's like my best case argument for like why you should get Mad Thinker if I'm giving it my best try. Like, I,
For me, he's a two on the rock skill, guys. Like if you're playing
two
Mad Thinker,
on the
you
rock
you
skill.
yeah, you need to
Bro.
shuffle two rocks into your deck. Like he's just broken. Like he's absolutely insane. Like I've had games. I had a game where it was Nova Roma on one into Olympa on two. Olympia on two, and he was a 212 that game. Like, sorry, a 114 that game. Like, I'm like, I have a 114 on the board. He's
Bro,
carrying
like,
that
wait, hold
location.
up, hold up. Two, that's 12. That's every turn. Oh my god.
Every single turn we procced. Every single turn except one. And it was a limbo game. Like it was
Oh my god.
insanity. It was insanity. I have never had so much fun playing a game that I had right then.
Bro,
Yes.
just wants to see the animation like over and over again.
Yup. And Exclusive, I was like, "Woo." It's awesome. Like, come on, guys. Like, if you haven't bought Mod Thinker already, what are you doing with your life? He is so goaded.
What are you doing with your
So
life?
goaded.
Implication is crazy.
Hey, if you don't have Mad Thinker, you're missing out on Marvel Snap. That's all I gotta say. Like, that's all I gotta say. If you don't have Mad Thinker, you're missing out on gameplay. For sure.
Okay. I mean, like.
Yes.
So with that, I think we've reached the end of today's episode. Um, like, comment, subscribe. Remember to do all that. Please give us engagement. Please, someone comment something that we can actually respond to.
Yes.
Like, please, we want
Please.
to have a conversation.
We would love to have conversations. Yes. Comment about Mad Thinker. I will go on for hours. I actually will. I will actually
Don't
go
worry
on
about
for
that.
hours.
You're inviting. It's like if you guys okay no if you guys comment about Mad Thinker, it's like you're giving permission to like it's like you're giving permission to a vampire to enter your house, right? Like you guys cannot comment about Mad Thinker under any circumstance.
2 paragraphs.
You'll
Yes.
receive like a paragraph essay about Mad Thinker.
Well, no, you have to. You are legally obligated after listening to this segment to comment about Mad
Legally
Thinker.
obligated.
You are legally obligated to comment about Mad Thinker. Come on, guys. Like I said, I will say this again. If you don't have Mad Thinker, you're missing out on life. Come on, guys. Come on. And if you don't have 40 splits on Mad Thinker, like, come on. You're not even playing the game right at this point.
So the official position of Snapping All In is that you should be playing Killmonger, Red Guardian. And
No. Okay. Actually, it's really funny. I'm gonna go on a little tangent here, but before we end the video, my first ever experience playing against someone, because we did a couple of, like 1v1s, like as we were getting to know each other, like at the very beginning, was that he was playing negative, and every single time I had Mad Finger on one, he would Red Guardian me. Like, what am I gonna do? I almost unfriended the guy because like it's so unfun to play against that when people do that. I had people like after this OTA, I had people like solo killmongering Mad Finger. I was like, of course he's awesome. He's not that much of a threat. Come on, guys, let me have some fun. But anyway, yes.
Bro, I remember that game. It's one of my peak moments and all.
It's not your peak,
I wish
dude.
we were recording then. I wish we were recording then.
if we weren't on the voice call either, so you didn't hear my live reaction. I was like, dude, I was actually like, come on! Like I had Merlin on too. He ignored the Merlin and he went for Mad Finger. Like that should tell you everything you need to know about him.
You said it yourself. He's a 110. You gotta
That's
make sure
fair.
to stop the biggest threat. You know.
That's true. Okay. Also, please, if you comment in the comments, Killmonger. If you comment in the comments, Elektra. If you comment in the comments, Red Guardian. If you comment in the comments, I said Red Guardian. Shadow King. I will come after you. I hate those cards. Those do not exist in my mind. Killmonger has stopped existing in my brain. Okay, doesn't exist. Okay, so don't bring it up. I will not respond. Okay, you cannot bait me. I am unbaitable. Okay, I am unbaitable.
You won't get a heart from us.
You won't get a heart from us. Yes, at least when I'm running the account, I will actively downvote you. But yes.
Bro's gonna I'm gonna heart like your comment, and then he's gonna come into our account and like unheart you.
I will do it. Like this is the first time someone's given me a platform to expand on Mad Thinker. Like I am so happy I was able to talk about Mad Thinker. Like I love this card. If it wasn't obvious enough. So don't bait me. I'm unbaitable. You can't get me mad. I won't fall for it. Okay. Yes.
So yeah, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please engage with our content more.
Please. Yes.
And we'll see you next time.
Mm-hmm.
Bye bye.
See you guys next time.